So tell me how y'all feel about AQ's shirt. That mesh shirt with them leather pants. It's all
like it's given. Oh, I just got my nipples pierced and I want to show them off.
I
oh.
felt exactly how Miami felt. That was that was Rihanna lingerie. What she called
Yeah,
it?
you got the titties out for the niggas.
Well, who you got your titties out for, bitch?
So you know I got to lean in.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another recap for Sweet Life Los Angeles. We are at the end of the road. The end of the road of this good ass season on show on HBO Max. And hopefully you have been watching our other 4 recaps. We have recapped the entire season. It's going to be the final one. So it's quite sad for y'all because y'all get to see us no more for a while on this show. But nonetheless, welcome back to Asia, Sammy, and Chase. Before we get started, like the video as I always say, subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna go ahead and get into some things because it's Sunday and I ain't been to church, but listen, I gotta go to my Sunday ritual, which is my church brunch.
Sunday.
Look at Chase. Oh Lord, Chase with the kid. Nonetheless, for real. So we ended episode 8 and we saved this conversation for episode 9 because this is where Ty and Gerald have their sit down. And I'll ask y'all this: do you think this heifer apologized? Did she apologize?
I think she did.
Chase.
I think she apologized for her.
Asia.
No.
No for me as well.
No.
So Chase, you think she gave like a anemia apology, like one of those, like, well, you got something type of thing.
Yeah, like huh.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I mean, the conversation, listen to them both talk. Gerald is one of the damn apology. He said, listen, you called me a sociopath. That shit hurt my feelings. You called that cut me deep to the pink meat, is what he said to that damn girl. And she just was like, I mean, you talked about a hierarchy. He's like, but that cut me deep. Like, you called me a sociopath. And she was like, I mean, what you mean hierarchy? I'm like, girl, just apologize. It was so annoying, but whatever. I mean, I didn't expect much from her. Now the hierarchy talk, like, do you think there is a hierarchy within her friend circles? Like that she's
Yes.
like, okay. Sammy said yes, Chase.
Yes.
Asia.
I think there's one, but it's not her fault.
It's not her fault.
Exactly.
It's not her fault. I would agree with that. She's
And
just
then
taking advantage of it now, though.
What you mean? What you mean, like by that? Asia?
I mean, like, look, if you want to be a part of me and you want to kiss my ass, like, I'm not gonna be like, no, don't kiss my ass. Like, yes, please be up in my asshole. Thank you.
Oh.
I like being gassed. Gas me up, nigga. Like, so I don't think it's
really
her fault that people like her and want to follow her and want to be her friend and want to be down for her and want to be loyal to her.
Yeah.
Now, I think Robb was right when they don't necessarily hold her accountable because they too far up her ass. That's just not her fault.
Yeah. And you know what? At this point, there is no excuse because now we're at the end of the season, there have been multiple scenes throughout the season where behind her back, they recognize the issue. But they don't ever do it at this point. Like when Bree and Becky had the conversation with Amanda about how she was talking to her about her man. They recognized that there was an issue. They didn't press it with Ty. They just let Amanda know you need to address it. But they knew what the issue was. So it's not like they just are like, they up her ass, don't get me wrong, but it's not like they can't see the entry from the exit. Like they can clearly see what the hell going on. They choose not to. I wonder why they treat her like Khadijah. Like, is this living single? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do they treat her like that?
Khadijah.
I get the reference.
That's an interesting reference. I agree. She also, she gives one of those like, I apologize if you felt that way or type things or whatever. And She also brings up him, I guess, talking to Cheryl last season, basically saying like, I don't give. He said she, in her words, she said that he said he didn't give a fuck about her and supposed to be good friends and all this back and forth. And so it kind of just comes up on, like I said, she sort of apologizes. That's what I saw. And you know, he says it was great hearing that from her. He felt really, I guess he was okay with a damn apology, so I guess I should be okay with it too, right?
That's what I took from it. As long as he received it as an apology,
if he received something, I guess whatever, it ain't my issue. So they end on a good note, and I guess they're gonna work on their relationship, getting it better. Hopefully, from this point on, we don't hear shit that's about sociopath. I hope she don't say any more damaging words. You know what I'm saying? That could affect him or anybody. Hopefully, if she's working on that. And so then that ends that night right there, because this is also part of this is kind of, I don't know what, this is a random ass night. I don't know how it was, but it was at night. So the next day, everybody getting up, everybody at breakfast and stuff, child, and this producer comes in. The producer comes in and she's like, Robb, 2Bs, we need to talk to you. And so they pull him to the side and they just like, what's going on? What's going on? And so all we hear is, you know, for this show, we do a background check. And then it kind of cuts to him sitting all crazy like that. What's that damn? There's a meme with that little person just sitting there like that little it was like a little monkey. It was a monkey or a little, what was it? A raccoon, a fox. It's sitting like this. Y'all seen that meme?
Oh, it's come out. It's a fox. It's a fox.
The fox is like,
people used to use it for like they hate waking up in the morning because he's sitting at the edge of the bed like he just
looked like sitting right there. That's what he looked like. I should have had the picture, but he looked like that. And so Miami's like, well, let me go check on my friend. So she goes over there and talks to him. He has to leave, and apparently he just says he has some stuff at home he got to take care of. What the hell y'all think happened?
I don't know.
He been writing checks.
Boom. Sammy, that's the first thing I said. This man is scamming. This man is writing fake checks. He is at the gas station scanning the car. He is doing something.
He got a warrant out for his arrest somewhere in LA or something.
That is embarrassing.
Good for his ass. And just like you heard, Rob was like, "What's going on? Why you got to leave?" He didn't want to say that. No, you've been talkative and into the business. Tell us why you got to go home. Give us that.
How you feel about this? Do you feel like how you feel about this moment? This man having to go home for some clearly illegal shit. He got some charges or something. He's definitely the JT. He's JT in Miami. From this point on, he's no longer Robb or 2B. They is JT in Miami.
That is funny.
I agree.
I would like to know what kind of an operation they're running over there at the Sweet Life. That we're this many episodes in and they're just not finding this shit out.
That was stupid. I agree. That was like he has been on plenty of episodes. He has went on a trip. Why are y'all pulling him out now? What did y'all? It's weird.
To me, it gave they don't want to film with you, baby. Come on, you got to go on, love.
The girl said, "Get the fuck out."
I ain't like it.
I know Chase was still saying he ain't like that.
Well, get the fuck out. Who is it, Gerald? I'm sorry. He got a lot of energy for the gay boy. That's all I got to say, and that's just what I am. That's how I feel.
Well, the thing is, Robb, maybe he should have just left instead of coming over to the group and saying,
"I'm gonna explain that shit."
He said, "Unfortunately, I have to leave." In my head, I was like,
"They
don't like you,
baby. They don't like you."
I would have never gave them girls that.
I would have never did.
I would have just left.
I would have. They'd been like, "What happened to Robb? Oh, he had to leave. He had some stuff."
Yep.
That's probably what you would have got.
Family emergency. That same shit I use for work. I don't want to tell y'all shit.
Okay, family emergency. That's a good one.
He gave them. I feel like he gave the team too much.
Yeah.
In his exit, but I think it goes back to like he's been doing too much this entire time. So were we surprised that he went to the group like, gotta go, guys?
And then it was having a good time with y'all. Were you? Were you having a good time? Like,
yeah, he was having fun.
I don't think he realized that. I don't think he realized that they didn't like him like that. In his head, he probably was like, "Oh, they like me." You know, there are delusional gays out there.
This is not Real Housewives.
I give him a delusional gay. I give him a delusional.
No, I'm just saying that.
Because, baby, Nobody, it don't matter if you gay, straight, and if you bring that energy, yeah, I'm entertained. However, the people around you are like, who the fuck?
They're not gonna live.
Yeah.
That would have been like season 6, Kenya being like, you guys, I know that you guys are gonna be heard about this, especially you, Phaedra, but I have to go. That would have been like, bitch, please.
Right.
Like you.
It reminded me of that scene when Kenya, when they was in Jamaica and Kenya had to leave, and Kenya was saying all the things she'd rather do than to be at the table or something like that, and then somebody was like, "Give her a fork, give her a knife."
That was Jamaica season 8.
I forgot who was it. Was it Peter? Somebody. He's like, somebody give her a knife or something like that.
It was Kim Field's husband. She was like, I would rather gouge my eyes out with a spoon.
Yes.
He said, can somebody get the bitch a spoon? Baby, when I tell you, I'll holler. Somebody
yes, it reminded me of. But it was funny. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Gerald's "get the fuck out" was perfectly placed. Like, consider he said Mr. Sociopaths are irritated with him. I didn't see no issue with it. I mean, I feel like I'm glad somebody said something, because if somebody didn't say nothing like that, give any kind of energy, I would have felt like, oh, these folks are taking hell because they don't like this man. So yeah.
Right.
So we get this scene with Marcus and AQ. So Marcus, pulls up on AQ and just like, I was in the jacuzzi last night with Miami, and AQ is like looking kind of crazy or whatever. I was in the jacuzzi with Miami, and she said she wanted a real man, and I guess you really weren't providing that. And how you feeling? Like, I like her as a friend, but I'm single, so I'm trying to see where it goes. And then he says she looking for something more masculine, and I guess you're not providing that. And I was like, this is interesting, because I ain't gonna lie to you, AQ, as this episode went on, AQ felt like he could be one of us. I'm just he's a little he's out there.
Metrosexual. Maybe it's just metrosexual.
Yeah, I think, and I don't want to say that because that's an issue within America now. As Beyonce said, America has a problem, but to where straight men can't do certain things. But I will say, not even just that. The look, the mannerisms, some things about him just kind of feel like he may be a little bisexual. That's all.
Well, you know what?
Like a lemon squeeze. They squeeze lemon, and some people get the lemon zest, and he was just lemon zest.
Well, you know what? Maybe I don't know if that helped. Maybe I don't think that helped either, though. But maybe he's just a really big fan of Prince and the Revolution.
Maybe so.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
You know what? He's definitely a little red Corvette. I agree. But nonetheless, so in this conversation, he basically asks, he's like, well, we're friends right now, but I was thinking about exploring it romantically. Is it a yay or nay? And then he was like, romantically, definitely a nay. And so I was like, okay, he's trying to, give Miami whatever. But what were y'all thoughts on the scene? Because I just couldn't believe, I guess I could. Marcus is just ill, but him talking to AQ, and AQ at first, I got it wrong. I thought he was saying that he don't want her romantically, but then Bae was like, no, that's not what he said. I was like, what you mean? So we ended up rewinding the scene, and I realized that he was saying like he doesn't want her. He don't want him talking to her romantically. Mm-hmm. Basically, he still wants to pursue her. Thoughts, Sammy?
One of the first things I was thinking when they had this conversation was a mix between, okay, that's big of him to actually go to his friend and be upfront about that. Mm-hmm. And then secondly, it was like, LA is fucking weird. Because how was this even happening? You went on a double date with this man when he was there with Miami and you were there with Becky.
Yeah.
He was already sleeping across the, about 100 steps away from y'all in the jacuzzi together. And now you're in front of this man telling him that he's not masculine enough for the woman that he's dating, so you're just going to come in and take over. What the fuck is happening in Los Angeles, California? I don't know. Maybe that's just the type of dynamic they have, because AQ said they've been friends since they were kids. It's just not a conversation I could see myself participating in. But then again, I guess where AQ and Miami not as serious as
I don't really know their relationship. I mean, it's weird. It's weird.
It's just weird. It's weird. I just don't like Marcus or AQ. They both give me creeps. They both give me just freakazoid. I get paranoid when they come on the TV screen. I'm not a fan of them.
Now I got to listen to freakazoid when you hang up. When you say freakazoid. I got to listen to freakazoid.
I don't want to be here no more. I'm scared.
It was very Vanderpump Rules. This whole thing, right? This whole triangle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's how they kick it down in LA. You know.
I didn't think about that. That's
Y'all,
very
look, y'all gotta stop saying it because I live here.
But you're not from there. You're not from there.
That's true. And I only have one person. Okay, that's it. Well, I don't do that. Asia?
Ho.
Oh. Okay. You heard it first.
Ho. And let me tell you something. AQ, what's his name? AQ, what's his name?
Did you say
fake
Queen?
A1? Fake ass A1.
No.
She did. She didn't say that, bitch.
Hold on. Marcus and AQ.
AQ. That's right.
Marcus and AQ, they pass around bitches all the time. They've had this conversation before. They have had this conversation before.
That makes sense.
But see, in this moment, I was like, okay, like AQ was like, because he was like, are you for the streets, my nigga? Like, is this what you do? He felt very taken aback, but it could have been more of a territorial thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That maybe he experienced it, but I don't know. It gave me that maybe they don't pass around the girls.
They've dealt with this before. However, I think once again, when you bring that film and TV shit aspect into it, it's very different because no shade, Marcus is a creep and he's real weird around these bitches.
But he's being Marcus.
But with his nigga, like, what on TV we do that?
Well, you know what?
That's what he gave me. But they done passed around a couple.
But you know what? AQ should have said something when they was in that jacuzzi because that nigga was not asleep. Not that whole time he was.
Like, hey, dog, what's going on? Or something.
He was on his phone.
Well, sometimes you gotta act like you don't know, so you bring it up. But he didn't bring it up. I thought he was
getting the tea.
Yeah, he really was trying to figure out like, is she really gonna do this? They really gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? Because he was asleep, but he had like it was one of these.
It would have woke me the hell up.
I
was like,
what's going on here?
He was asleep, or he was either asleep or resting.
He was resting his eyes.
Yeah, he wasn't really asleep because he heard what the fuck was going on.
He had took his lashes. He had took one lash off and left one lash on. That's what
there we go.
When y'all done, because y'all passing one of them towels. Ooh. Yeah, I know what the fuck going on, bitch. Sammy's a mess because Sammy called that man a queen and tried to blame it all. Asia, I just want to put that out there. No, Asia said, "What's his name?" AQ, and then Sammy said, "Did you say queen?" And baby,
I don't know what that means.
My apologies.
You don't have to apologize, but you said it, Ty.
A Queen is taking me out. A Queen taking me out. I'm sorry, I cannot. That's his name.
The place. So, I ain't gonna lie.
I get it now. Damn.
Oh Lord, Asia, laying with us.
I'm sorry.
She keeps sipping out her lean mug. You know what's going on over there in that lean mug.
It's tea.
Now she's on the top of the bottle. She poured more. Okay. So then we get to see with Jalen and the rest of the guys. Jalen has revealed that he's been looking for rings. And that he is, having an idea of wanting to go ahead and propose to her. And I think, if they're going to they use this word performative later. To me, this is performative because we know damn well why he has been looking for rings at this rate. And it's not because he's trying to get married, it's because he wants a baby. And he realized that may be the best, they may be the proper steps to take to get her to do so. But in this conversation, he is led astray, child, because K10 is like, listen, I've been talking to Candiss, and I feel like, Candiss been pressing me about, weddings and babies because of the conversation she's been having with your girl. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not ready. And if you're not ready, you shouldn't do it either. That's not something if you ain't ready, don't get pressured. And so then, Jaden like second guessing. He like, well, shit, maybe you're right. Maybe I should propose to her, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. So what's y'all damn thoughts on this? I found this to be crazy, actually. This is going to be the kind of the scheme of the rest of the trip and the episodes because this comes back up. But thoughts on this part right here.
K10 is a problem. He's a problem. And thinking back on the episodes, I believe that Candiss brought that situation up to Tylynn first when they were talking in a spa or something when they were getting the body sculpting or whatever.
So Ty brought up the therapy session to them about the baby, right? Having a baby
Okay.
in the relationship. And then Candice shared about the whole marriage thing, and then also that K10 wanted her body to be ready for a baby. So
Yeah.
similar
So
thing.
either way, for both Jalen and Tylynn, she's hesitant on having the babies for whatever reason. Now, if this man can come to you and say you probably shouldn't propose to her, and you can just quickly take that and be like, well, you know what? I probably shouldn't. You're not ready for the babies or the marriage either. I think that they just moving, they're just coasting along and doing whatever for the sake of being together, it seems like at this point. I do agree that would have been very performative for him to propose. If I was Tylynn, I wouldn't want you to propose to me right now in this moment because I'm saying this is what I need to have a baby. He's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because she wants him to, and it's just not gonna work out that way. But K10, he needs to shut the hell up. He's been talking too damn much. He needs to shut the hell up.
We'll go to Chase Aces off camera, Asia.
The toxic twin cousins, man. Like they here.
Jalen and Kaylin.
The toxic twin cousins. I will say, like, oh, I was happy, like, oh, he's getting it. Like, he want to be with Ty anyway. He's low-key obsessed with Ty. Like, let's not forget that. He's very obsessed with this girl. So I think just in my mind, like his thoughts were just backwards, maybe because of what he was raised, or maybe how his family was. Like the babies come before marriage. So I was like, okay, he's getting it. Wedding rings, that's what Ty wants. He want to be with her. This is the next step. If all it takes is for your cousin with a little bit of hang time to tell you like, nah, don't do it because Candiss was on that shit too, and I ain't having it. And you like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't. Like, okay, you're not ready. Actually, you should probably leave our girl alone. He really needs to leave Ty alone. If he's so obsessed with her, but he can't think on his own about what he wants to do or have what he wants to do between her and him. Because she wants a ring, she wants to be married, and he wants a baby. So that's between them two. They ain't got shit to do with Candice and K10 or Kaylin. Like, and for you to be so easily swayed, like it just makes me question your motives in general. Like, what the fuck? Because Tylynn is not saying I even want you to propose right now. Tylynn is saying before kids come marriage. That's all she's saying. She's not pressing him for a ring or to get married.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to use the example that's how his family did it. But you're going to use that for the example. You want this woman to sit here and watch your daddy, who had kids with 3-4 different women, and you want to use that as his example. He didn't marry any of them, and that's the example you want to place in her lap.
All y'all the same age. All y'all living at the same time.
Tylynn is right. Get the ring first.
Yeah.
Get that bread and leave. That's my
Listen, I'm not even gonna go that far and say like you have to be married before you have a child. I think that what you need to do is figure out what works best for your household. And so y'all examples of y'all household, even though I love them and I uplift them and I celebrate y'all household, my household needs to be my household. And what that means is not what I want, what we want, right? So she's not even, as Aisha said earlier, she didn't even say, I need you to marry me tomorrow, right? You put a timeline on when you want to have a baby. You said you want to have a baby within the next 6 months. You let your dad talk you into that, right? She said that before we do anything, we need to go to this therapy and we need to work this shit out. You're not hearing that. She ain't even outright telling you, no, I'll never have a baby with you. But right now is not the time because of these situations and these reasonings, and your issues with her issues aren't because of something that you feel that you come up with. It's because that presents an issue to me because of my upbringing, or well, my cousin don't do it like that, or my daddy didn't do it like that. What about you? You have the opportunity to start from anew and write your own ticket and control your own destiny. And I just really feel like he is missing the mark. I also don't like no crab ass nigga. Y'all know I will fuck Kaylin. I will. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Okay.
But I don't like no crab ass nigga. Oh, I want to be that very clear. Let's be very clear. I don't like no crab ass nigga. And when I say that, like, because you don't want something, that means everybody else came on it. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Again, what works for your household, right?
Yeah.
if he want to propose to her, he didn't say, why do you want to propose to her? He was like, oh no, that's dead. Candice on that shit too, and we ain't having it. Kaboom.
Right.
And it was done.
Like, don't fall for that weak shit, my cousin. You know, we boys.
Why don't you want to get married to her?
Twin cousins.
Oh,
twin cousins.
Twin cousins.
They the
'Cause
I know
worst.
something else that irked me. I don't when he was speaking with Jalen, when he was speaking with his dad, the fact that he wanted to use that his dad is getting sick and he wants him to experience grandchildren.
It's too many reasons, child.
Manipulative as fuck if he's gonna try to use that as a reason to that girl to have a baby.
And now your daddy got them baby with all I'm sure that he can't even walk. So,
Oh, okay. Wait.
And what's the next scene?
Well,
Fashion
you
over.
go time out, Jay. You stay right there, okay?
I was gonna say this. About that. Tylynn is not desperate, but I think she's finally realizing she can do better than Jalen if it comes down to it. I think it just is gonna take time because what Chase said before, like, why do you think you scared to lose this nigga and go on to somebody else? I think that was the case before, but I think she's slowly but surely coming into her own in terms of who she deal with. And so I think we're getting better with that.
okay.
Because
I give her that.
this Jalen nigga saying.
Yeah. And that becomes more apparent in episode 10 too, I think, when we get to that part.
I just want to apologize about that comment because I didn't mean anything by that. So.
Oh, I wasn't offended.
It ain't your daddy, friend.
Oh, I don't even know my daddy, so that's another discussion for another day. It is Sunday. So Bree has expressed to Becky that she feels like that Becky and PJ still have a thing, and they should probably express it, and they should probably act on it or whatever. And so they have later on that night they have a birthday party thingy for Robb, the other Robb, the real Robb, not with two B's.
My Robb.
Two B's is gone at home. He's probably, in jail or something. I don't know. And so, PJ at the party pulls Becky to the side. And the new boo is like,
he is
looking every which way. And I was like, this poor guy, he is not here for it. They have briefed this man on who PJ is, and obviously, so he knows he is feeling the pressure and feeling the way. But he pulls to the side and they have a conversation, and he brings up that Bree feels like they have a thing, still, and that that basically he says Kyle is not her type. I'm your type. And I applaud Becky in this moment because she didn't necessarily fall for, at least in this scene, she made it seem like to us that she was not going to go for it. And that she was like, she basically friend zoned him in the moment. So to me, she wasn't really a bird in this moment. She was cool. And so before I go to the next part, any thoughts? Because this is going to come back up. This will come back up. It takes a full turn. In this moment, did y'all believe Becky? And when she said
Becky was a bird because she shouldn't have left that man to go have that conversation.
Right. Conversation. We're not gonna go sit down. We can go stand in the corner real quick. Like, okay,
we can do this when we get back to LA. I'm on vacation with my man.
You can stand in front of my man. You can stand in front of my man.
Oh, that even that.
Pretty much.
I don't think it was an issue with the conversation because this is the thing. I feel like Becky, up until this point, up until like later, she had apologized to the guy earlier for making feel the kind of way. I think the conversation, they have been put together. Like, I didn't see any issue with it, honestly. I don't think she did anything disrespectful.
He was over there for a very long time.
Too long. To the fact the man was standing right behind him trying to see if he could hear.
Well, he has been given that attitude the whole damn trip. And he came, but she's still single. Let's be very clear. I don't think he'd have to be so territorial.
Sorry. But I'm sorry. Our NFL dick is so different than I am like pulling strangers off the street and trying to make them somebody. Like, it's a difference.
I'm gonna go with the NFL dick versus I can book you a stand up tonight.
It was just a conversation, y'all.
It was not just.
I feel like, given the fact that they had already had their situation with PJ and the man's uncomfortable, why would you take your ass away from this man that you invited him here to be with you and go have this conversation with PJ? You and PJ could have did. That could have happened in the airport on the way back to LA.
Oh Lord. Okay, Chase, go ahead. Because you know what? Asia and Sammy pulling my hair. They beat me up. Go ahead, Chase.
Question.
Tell me what you think about me.
Man.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry because I wasn't Destiny's Child. Okay.
Go
Anyway, have I not been paying attention the last 2 seasons? Because, Does not this seem random and out of nowhere to anyone else?
It is.
The conversation that they had?
It's convenient.
PJ and Becky like each other. Like I was like, wait, what? They haven't interacted the whole season.
That's Bree's fault though. Y'all are missing the real villain. That's Bree's doing.
It's not. Wait. No, we're gonna get to Bree. But what I'm saying though is, I didn't even know they had feelings for each other.
It was clear as hell. Becky was crying.
It was very clear they had feelings.
Hey! Don't yell at me.
It was very clear.
My bad. That's
It
your
was
box.
clear. Becky's feelings are clear. PJ Peanut Butter Jelly Time's feelings are not clear at all.
I agree. I agree.
It was random for me.
When they got there and Becky had a date there, it was very clear to me that okay, he's feeling a little way.
Yeah, but that's so.
But not because he liked her though. I just thought it was like, oh, are we doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Always liked him. She's always liked him.
Always.
He has played with her. You know what I'm saying? And it got to a point to where now she got somebody else, and now he feeling kind of way. And then I mean, just think about it. He has to be in the friend circle. Don't nobody else try to holler at PJ. Nobody. So he just, you know, what you call him, Bart Simpson or something, right? You say
he like a Bart Simpson. That's what he was like, a Bart Simpson.
So what I'm saying is like Becky is the only person. I don't even know why. To me, Becky is like a 10 for his ass. Like I don't know why he just went explore, but he played a left on national television last year on the damn boat. So it's just
they had a party on the boat when he dumped her. Remember that was like
right. Is that what they did? Well, I'm sorry. I don't care about this scene because this is Bree's fault. Bree put that battery in Big PJ mind, and he was able to. Because if she hadn't said shit, he probably would have said nothing. Because he was already feeling the kind of way. But when she said that, she was like, "Hey, she's still feeling you, boy. Stop playing. Go talk to her." And it's her fault. I don't blame her.
I knew Bree was not for Peteri. We'll get to that later. But when Bree had that conversation with PJ,
yes, Asia,
that's when I was like, this bitch been a bird. She's still a bird. She had my ass fooled. She had me fooled.
She couldn't let Becky keep going with Kyle because that means Peteri got to stay around. So let's break this shit up. Let's break it up. Let's break this shit up. That's what that was.
That means it right. It gotta be. It's the Aries thing.
Because I was like, why would you do this? And then it was like, okay. And later on, it was like, okay.
The Aries.
What happened?
What they say?
They put that together. Only people sometimes that can detect messy people.
Yeah.
Aries. Me.
What? Okay, we're gonna come back to this part. Let's do this last scene for episode 9, which is so Becky and Miami. They was talking about just everything, and just in Miami's telling her like, listen, Kyle is a good nigga for you. I like him for you. Blah blah blah. AQ comes up and is kind of rude actually to Becky and dismisses her in some kind of way, and Becky was like, he's acting weird. Like, what the fuck? And so she ended up leaving. And so, first of all, I'm going to say Miami should have just been topless because this little gold baby, I mean, the whole titty was, the only thing was covered was the areola. I mean, the whole titty.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I was all season.
But this moment, I was like, oh, child, put the censor tape on her. But it is HBO, so we know how that goes from back in the day.
They're going to show that
and so he comes up and he confronts her about, you know, he says that he was asleep and he woke up and saw them in the jacuzzi. He heard her say that she want a real man or a masculine man, something like that, he said. And, you know, she just jumps off the bat and is already on defense like, don't try. Like, I got in the jacuzzi with him. First of all, you was asleep. Second of all, I was 6 feet away from his ass, like Kobe. We wasn't doing nothing. He was in the pool. I had a swimsuit on. Of course, I'm gonna get in the jacuzzi with a nigga I got a swimsuit on. That's the attitude she gave. And so she was just like, listen, you was asleep and you haven't really been giving no attention. You came in for the niggas. You got your titties out for the niggas. I just fell out because he had this little mesh shirt on. First of all, I hate that shirt because I've seen that shirt before in life in the last few years, and I hate it. There was a time where we were wearing mesh heavily. I was one of them, but that one in particular with the little pussy bow thing, it is ugly.
ASOS got a bag for
ASOS.
that
I was gonna
butt.
say that is an ASOS shirt. I know that shirt.
Yes, Lord.
Nevertheless, so they get into it, and he calls her a broad. You know, he's talking to Marcus shows up, and she's talking to Mark. He was like, "This the type of broad you want?" And she like, "Oh hell no!" Like she said, "I would." She said, "I would call you." No,
she said, "Don't broad me because I'm a bitch you."
She said, "I'm a bitch
you."
I was with it. Yeah.
You
absolutely.
know, it just gets to be a lie. You know, it just gets to be a lie, and I want to hear y'all thoughts on this whole moment because. I feel different about it, and I look at mine a little different too. But Chase,
Cortez, you go first.
Me?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get beat up like last time. My hands.
Go first. Go ahead.
Hands behind our backs.
Promise.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I will say I thought her energy. First of all, she's wrong as hell. Like she was trying her best to defend all the stuff, like by saying she was 6 feet away. First of all, she lied. Let's not talk about. Let's talk about what happened after the jacuzzi because they got out the jacuzzi together. We don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just go to separate rooms.
They went back to their room.
Right. So she just was lying about it. Now she really didn't give him a chance to really speak. I mean, he was rude to Becky, but I feel like at first, I don't think he was rude to Miami. He was just saying, like, what is this about? Like, I thought we was dating, I thought it was cool. And I feel like that's only right, but she just like jumped the gun and she didn't take no accountability. She took no accountability for what she had done and how it was. She just put it on, I'm single, I'm a bad bitch, I had my bikini on, and I just feel like, girl, like you're toxic. Like you're very toxic. And I think it showed more and more what kind of person she is in this moment because one, you stupid for being passed around from the homies. Like that's just a stupid for you. Like you appear to be a boss bitch, but then you actively going between two guys that are gonna be friends regardless of what happened to your ass. I mean, neither one of them got like no strict like big money like that. So I just looked at Miami differently before this, and in this moment I was like, "Girl, you a bird." It's like you're not that boss I thought you was. You know what I'm saying? She has the mentality of it, and she has moments of it, but she's just like every other girl. And I feel like she also suffers a little bit from a little self-esteem, but that's neither here nor there.
If Seduce and Scheme was a person, it'll be Miami. And I would also say a Queen looked like he slapped bitches with white gloves.
He do. Don't he look like a pimp or something?
Shut up,
he looks
bitch.
like
yeah,
like
something's dicey about it. It's dicey. Something very dirty and dicey. They are dirty and dicey, honey, and they deserve each other. So they had the triple D's. But yeah, that's all I got. Like I don't like them. So there that is. Miami, I've recognized greatness in her as far as a reality television show personality. I think I said that she thought that she was on Basketball Wives at the beginning of the season. And I still think that, but I'm all for your freedom and all of those things and pro-ho or whatever you want to call it. However, you do have to be conscious about how it looks on television because they're passing you around. At the end of the day, you're not playing them.
Right.
They keep playing you. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, you're getting played. But I mean, other than that, that's it. I don't like them. They all dirty.
It was just, granted, she shouldn't have done it. But as far as her being a pass around, I'm going to label them as tag-alongs because I'm not going to put it on her. You already seen this man was with your girl. What are you doing chasing behind him? Like, she did lie her ass off because it wasn't he was coming on to me. Now you went in that jacuzzi and y'all melted right into each other. It It was all whack. Like even they accused his whole, I'm a real man. I go pick up rent every Friday. Like, what are you talking? Because you own a home or you have tenants. Like, what are you talking about? That's not
I
what
didn't
she's
get
saying.
it.
Yeah, like she was saying she wants somebody who's going to be into her, and you're just not that person. And instead of him going in there trying to figure out what was going on, he went in there and low-key attacked her, and not expecting her to, I guess, get back with his ass.
I don't think he attacked her though. I don't think he did. He was just. I mean, it may came off as attacking, but he was confronting her about the shit she did. It ain't like he called her no bra, ain't calling her nothing. Like he went in, but she just popped off like so fast, and she was lying. Like
she did pop off line when she got defensive with that. But I'm saying, but when Marcus
so
came, when his boy came over there, all of a sudden it was now
well,
she just.
Well, at that point, she had already said so much. She didn't already said. She might as well just call him gay. I'm sorry. She might as well just say
Yeah, that was low.
She did say a lot of.
She said a lot of stuff that was kind of like, that's what she might as well just. I mean, that's emasculating as a man. You know what I'm saying? To be told by that, I'm not saying it's wrong, but she just he didn't really throw any insults at her. You know what I'm saying? She was going crazy in my eyes. I don't know.
And just really quickly, it's confusing because when they came over there and did that, and she started shuffling and hustling, you know what I'm saying? It was confusing to me because she liked the person that could take 2 dicks at once.
You know what? And I'm gonna take that back because she did start picking him. One of the first things she said when he came over there when he had to get up and situate herself, she's like, "What are your pants too tight?" So she did start fucking with that man.
She was going in.
She was doing jabs. She
didn't really give him a chance.
His titties was out. He was like, "You think I got those?" And she was like, "I mean,"
and he was laughing off at first. He was kind of laughing off that look. I don't know what it is.
Bitch, I'll slap you. That was
I'm Ike Tina.
Okay,
that's what the game. I think wrong train. You know how people like wrong road, wrong train, wrong train. Like if you gonna be a pass around bitch between niggas,
go back to New York.
This the wrong set of niggas. Let's choo choo with the 820 gang.
Right.
Go back to New York.
Wolfpack,
girl, like this ain't even entertaining to watch. Like you just look. I mean, for them to be very clear, Miami, she's a cute girl. She ain't no bad bitch. Let's just start there. She's a cute girl. No, I'm be very clear. Like she ain't just like no bad bitch. I'm sorry.
Her hair and her wigs. I mean, yeah.
That's why Becky couldn't understand. How could you?
I mean,
PJ?
The way she's dressed, she can't really dress. She's more like a I'm gonna show it all type girl. She's not. What happened?
Sammy is rude.
That's why Becky was so confused. Like, PJ, what the fuck? She's not even happy.
and
Becky, it don't come out that good come from Becky. I'm just saying.
A little better. I'm not even looking at that.
No, she does look better, but I will say Miami's demeanor it was, man. I don't know about now, but
you twisting your beard.
Yeah, I was trying to curb my.
Listen, I just want to say, this is a Sammy that I have to deal with. Y'all think that she is just sweet as pie. Y'all think that Cynthia Bailey down there, that is a mean ass bitch. And I'm
then that's Cynthia Bailey.
Ain't no damn angel.
No, not the 50 Cent.
This ain't no damn angel. That's what Nene said for years. Okay,
Sammy.
I love Sammy, but Sammy, wrong train, right? Just wrong.
I agree. Like, what happened to her getting whatever? Did she want
Becky
the other
did it right.
dimples? If Becky chose Kyle,
boss niggas, right. But she don't really. We ain't seen her with no boss.
You know what? You can give boss shit all you want, but if you really don't believe that, it's gonna come out eventually. At the end of the day, because you can put when people are putting you down for whatever reason, you dark skin or you thicker or you got like whatever reason, like you can put a front on to combat that. Yeah. But when it's all said and done and all that shit goes away and it's you front and center, which we are seeing now, all that insecure shit is gonna come out.
Yeah.
You can do a whole nother Insecure season 6 with Miami.
Oh no,
we can't.
I'm not watching
That's like the realest Insecure shit. That's natural insecurity that we saw come out.
Insecure.
When you literally don't even when you like come to the situation, you automatically start blowing the shit off, tight pants, Rihanna lingerie, your nipples out. Like, I need a real masculine man. Like, he was like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, what I do?
No,
What did I
it was. I'm sorry, it was a bit much.
It was like, and of course, and the worst thing he said was this broad. All right.
Well, after he had been insulted about 10 times, I mean, shit.
And where did it come from? Because earlier she was loving that masculine energy when he was jumping at Rob with 2 B's.
That ASO shirt.
It was a shirt, baby. That ugly ass shirt.
You could I would have ate him up too. I would have ate him up.
It was whatever Marcus took her back up to that room and did. That's what she said. You know what, AQ? It ain't you. It's Marcus.
You said Marcus was
whatever. I'm just
AQ. It's giving AQ.
Oh, AQ tip. AQ. Oh, that fell out. Not just these little shorts. I'm weak. All right, let's move into episode 10. Chase, you need to let me. You said you had to leave at a certain time, not but
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Okay, he got his little Hoochie Daddy shorts on.
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
It's Sunday.
Your mama let you out the house
Eric
like that?
Emmanuel, darling. These are Eric Emmanuel. Kaylin don't care what I weapon.
All right, but from this scene, what's her name? Miami storms off, and she's like, I'm not doing this. Fuck this. Like, I'm out. So she leaves, and we get into the scene with Bree and Peteri, which brings us to episode 10, because it's from 9 to 10. So we'll talk about it now. So in this scene, you know, Bree is just emotional. She's been emotional the entire fucking season for some reason, and it's starting to really irk me. But Peteri is coming from a place of he is ready to be serious with her. You know, he's kind of giving her a slight ultimatum, like, girl, if you're not saying yes, then it's no. And she is just like, you know, she expressed at some point that her concerns were when they are together, it's great, but when they're apart, because they're obviously on two separate coasts, it's not that great. Like, the communication is off. So that's what she said. So it sounds like they don't really, I don't know. At one moment, in this moment, I said, okay, maybe he's just not great at communicating. But then later on, when I realized what she considers communication, I was like, well, maybe it's her dumbass. I don't know. But in this moment, he basically is trying to make it official, and she is just like, you know, I don't really know. Like, I don't really have an answer for you right now. Like, if he says if it's not yes, then it's no. Kind of pressure her to, you know, make it official. But Peteri is just so fun. He just be looking at people and stuff.
I would have said yes.
I would have said yes too. I don't get it. But Asia, what you think on this?
I would have been like, okay, so do you need me to move? Like, can you hire the movers and like, can you just set me up? Because I can be in New York. Yeah. I would have left. Can I tell you this? My homegirl, I'm going to her wedding in a couple of weeks. She met this man and she knew, like, he was doing everything right. And he got moved, his job got moved. And she was like, and she was my coworker at the time. She was like, love you, gotta go. I got transferred. I took a transfer. And I was like, how could you do this to me? But I'm going to their wedding in 2 weeks. When it's the right man, you need to pack your shit up and go.
Well, obviously, she don't feel like it's right.
You know what the problem is, and I think we realized later, is that Bree is like on the bird train. Is like, all right, I keep leveling up. She leveled up from Jordan. She went from like whatever entrepreneur selling Hello Kitty hoodies to Wall Street, and now she wants to go from Wall Street to NBA, NFL, somebody higher, because she is in LA. She just don't want to leave. And she can get there. LA. She can get there, but she's like using Peteri as a stepping stone.
Well, I feel like I feel like she may look back and regret this one, actually, because I think also that she does recognize that there is a future with potential with him, and he may possibly be that one for her. And I think that when people get the one, but that's not the one that they envision, they push it away. Yeah. I think that we saw a lot of that pushing.
But it's confusing because she was so head over heels for him. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, she keep like saying about this communication that is not there when they're apart, and I'm just like, I want to see the fucking text threads. I want to see the call log. Send me the call log. Because I don't feel like this man would not be communicating with her like that.
My thing is, if he was not
hold on, wait,
communicating,
Tammy. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say what I'm
Go
going
ahead.
to go ahead and do while you guys go ahead and talk about the rest of the season. I'm going to go ahead and do my investigative reporting in the field. And if I see Peteri while I'm out, I'll come back with an update. Okay, guys?
Okay.
See y'all
You
later.
heard it here first.
Look, I'm gonna say, speak to the mic, doctor.
I think if the communication was this bad, then how did she allow him to last this long? Was it because now that he's trying to be serious about it, now she's trying to have an issue with the situation? Because if the communication was that bad, then girl,
Well, see, that's the thing.
What have y'all been doing?
She is the epitome of. She is toxic as well. She's toxic. Like she knows that. Like she knew that at some point it was going to get there. Like you're not going to continue to talk to somebody and not think that she liked this man. She did Becky for this man. He was around last year and this year. So it comes down to one thing. You're using this man for the camera for a storyline. That's number one. I'm just saying. And it's right in your face, and you are sabotaging yourself. You are, making it, because it's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we've never heard anything about this communication up until this trip. You know what I'm saying? At first, when she was crying, I thought she was having the fever of, oh my God. You know how, like, say for example, we now been on vacation, met somebody, and we know, child, Monday is over because we got to go home. So I feel like I thought she was having that. Like, oh my God, like it's so good. But this heifer was crying and having the emotions for this, and so she ends up causing it off from Peteri, and like this basically saying, I guess is a no. And I will say I didn't agree with him. I wish he would have been a little more patient with her, just to have some room to stand on by saying like, I've tried, because basically by him saying if it's not yes, it's no. I thought that was a bit of form of being impatient. With her. I mean, they've been dating, but like you can't give the girl you could have waited the next morning. I mean, not saying it would have changed, but
it's been over a year though, of course it is. It's been over a year.
So for him, just like the communication slow for her, but for him, he's like, what are we, if it's not you, then I can go on and find somebody else.
You can.
It ain't like it, but it ain't like
you can.
But they haven't been consistent with each other though. That's the thing. Like, let's be clear. Like she went a whole day with Marcus earlier. They have not.
He wasn't around.
He was in New York.
Yeah, he was.
But what I'm saying is that they have not been consistently dating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been like, oh, we talk. Oh, Peteri ain't talked to you in a month. How you been? I'm coming to LA. It's like one of those type things. It's not. Their relationship hasn't been consistent.
So I wonder, is it one-sided though? Does she hit him up and he just did not respond, or did neither of them reach out to each other? And it's just
we're gonna discuss that part later. You found me.
I can't stand Chase.
Chase, what are you talking about? Or is he? Oh, I don't know, child. Chase, I think Chase is busy right now. We'll bring back in if we can talk. But we're gonna come back to this because we get some more clarity on this with Bree. We get a scene with it's the last day in Baja the next morning, and Bree, they're at the table. They're talking about the Baja. I'm dead. Wait a minute. Chase said he found me. Oh, Peteri found him. Basically, like that's why he ain't talking to her no more. Okay, that makes sense. So the last day in Baja, they're in breakfast. Bree brings up that her and Peteri are done. They broke up or whatever it was, but she doesn't want to talk about it. She's kind of like crying about it, whatever. So that happens last day. I'm like, girl, like stop bringing up stuff you don't want to talk about. She does this a lot from episode like 7 onward. It's all this crying and I don't want to talk about it. Like it's just too much. I can't.
It's weird that you guys are pressing me about this, and I just broke up with him. Bitch, you
brought it up. Exactly. You told it. Nobody would never known that y'all broke up. Like they're gonna ask questions because everybody thought y'all were good for one.
All you had to say was he had an early flight home, and you didn't want to talk about it.
He had to leave.
Yeah.
But she probably was gonna cry, and they're gonna be like, "Girl, what happened?" You know her. You know how she is.
She's still on her. Oh no, that was in New York. She was on her period. So.
Right. All right, so back in LA, this is a funny scene to me, child. Bree, Becky, and Amanda get together, and they talk about that basically Becky has ended it with Kyle. She's not feeling him no more, and I'm like, okay. And this turns into a moment to where she questions her friendship with Bree because Bree has been trying to, say that PJ and Becky should be together, whatever. And so she brings up the comment that happens in New York where she says she feels like she is dimming her light, that Bree is dimming her light to be around Becky. And it kind of comes into this back and forth about who supports who. And, Becky talks about how when she was going through everything she was going through, all the hate texts and hate mail and stuff like that and tweets, that Bree was kind of telling her to get over it, you know what I'm saying? And Becky said they've been friends since forever. And she made a very valid point in saying that, Bree, I have supported you through breakups and this and that. And honestly, I feel like supporting Bree is probably the most draining thing. And it kind of opened my eyes to be like, you know what, maybe I should have, when we were recapping early episodes, I should have been more on Becky's side when it comes to Bree, because Bree was very much telling her, like, girl, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Which I get it. It can be very exhausting to be so supportive, but how do y'all feel about this moment? Because, it seems to be a bit of competition at this moment, like between the two friends, not only with support, but like, Bree, and I think Asia said, Bree is kind of feeling herself in the sense of like she didn't got this buttercream, butter booty cream, whatever it's called, and it's popping off, and she's kind of throwing it in Becky's face, like, I can't help it, I'm a bad bitch. Like now I'm a bad bitch, Becky. I can't be your shadow, or vice versa. I don't know. It was weird. It was a very weird conversation, and I think this is a real conversation. Maybe it should have been one-on-one, because Amanda was like,
she was shocked. She caught off.
She was confused. Like, is this what we're talking about? Go ahead.
I remember saying when we were recapping the early episodes that it's gonna come a point where Becky's gonna start side eyeing these friendships, and here we go. And I'm glad that she's paying attention to it though, because she's been miserable.
This is her best friend though.
Yeah.
Bree and Becky, they like this.
Yeah.
They birds of a feather.
I don't know. I'm just confused on her being so upset about Bree mentioning PJ just for, so they lost me.
I'm not.
No, but that's you don't think that was kind of stupid to do that? Like, Bree should not be doing it.
I think Bree was just clearly like, you still care for this man, you still want to be with the man, go see what's going on, quit crying.
Well, then I think that's what Bree was saying. She had a conversation with her. She should be like, girl, listen, go talk to him. So I'm like, not with PJ.
Well, yeah, she was very flawed to it to PJ, but I think that she saw it for what it was with Becky. She just took it to the wrong person.
She did. She's not that stupid.
Who?
Bree.
No, she's not.
You think she did it intentionally?
I think she was trying to get rid of Peteri, and she used her friend. She used both her friends as pawns, and being able to easily, whittle out of her situation with Peteri. So
yeah.
But how do you get your friend back to somebody that, like, why would you want your friend to get back to somebody that like caused her all this pain? You know what I'm saying? All these things that Becky claimed she went through last year, right? All this whatever, it was over PJ. Why would you want that to go back? You already didn't support her through that time, despite she was having that time. Like, it's just like weird. It's like,
because I think she knew, based on their conversation, she knew it's not about that. It's about you still wanting this man and you feel like you can't have him. That's why she took that shit to PJ. You go move towards her since Becky ain't coming your way. And in the meantime, we're gonna get Peteri up out of here too. Bree was moving.
Why did she do this? Why did she do this sooner?
Because she was still feeling Peteri. It wasn't until Peteri wanted to get serious. It was like, okay, well, all right.
Okay.
Because, like I said earlier, I'll save it for later. Never mind, I'll save it for later.
So you saying that Bree, you said Becky and Kyle was a pawn.
Yes,
a plan.
It was.
Remember, she only bought because she left Becky by herself to go kick it with Peteri, and the get back was, "Well, bring your friends and we can all have a good time."
Yep.
So they was a pawn in the plan.
Yeah.
To come
the
to
entire
us
time
with the bullshit.
The entire time, because at the end of the day, Bree is in her bad bitch body butter like phase.
Body booty cream.
Body booty butter, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, birdie Bree.
Bad bitch.
So no matter what, Bree is just trying to be like, okay, I just don't want nobody mad at me, and I want to get my dick, and I want, because I just want to, Peteri, because. But at the end of the day, Bree is like, I'm a bad bitch now, so the shit do not stop at Peteri. It just don't. But he's sick for now. She did the same thing with Marcus earlier in the season.
She was just more vocal about it because she didn't care about Marcus. Yeah, so she was very clear.
It was weird. I was like, oh, not Bree and Becky arguing. They've been weird all season anyway. But I honestly, between these two, I side with Becky. I feel like I like that Becky let her have it. And Bree started to like cry and whimper. And I'm like, no, Bree needs that. Like Bree doing some reckless shit. And I feel like I said, I side with Becky completely. 100% between these two.
Because Bree is like, I think Becky is finally realizing the plots, the schemes
that
have been going on since last season. They've been going on for a while.
Yeah,
Becky is just like, oh.
And I you know what? I think Miami for it because I feel like Miami put that little fire in Becky.
She sure did.
She did.
She put that fire in her to be like, Becky is calling.
You're not one of the termites. Like, you trying to be a termite, but you ain't one of the termites. They don't fuck with you like that.
It was after that when Bree left her and she told outside, like, you need to have a little bit more backbone and some spine when it comes to how you let these people treat you.
Yeah,
and Becky listening.
She did. She's not pretty. She ain't pretty Aubrey no more. She got backbone, child. Okay, so then we get a scene with Candiss and Kaylin, and they talk more about the protection and the baby. Kaylin brings up reveals to Candiss that Jay wanted to propose, but then he says that he decided not to, and then Candiss was like, wait, you say you want to propose? Like, what happened? So he basically said he says that he brought up their situation and how he wasn't here for marriage and a baby. And Candiss puts two and two together because she ain't stupid and realizes that he might have persuaded or been a part of the reason why he wasn't going to propose to Ty anymore. Do we think that's a valid statement? Do we feel
absolutely
okay? But we talked about that earlier. And so Candiss is like over, baby. She got her long ponytail in for the basketball game and she storms off. Now I was confused, like, whose apartment is this? Because I'm like, why is she always leaving and storming off? She need to kick his ass out. I mean, I'm just saying, damn. She is leaving every scene. She is storming out from the house. That I don't know if it's their house, their apartment, but it's getting.
It looks nice, whoever's it is.
It was nice.
They live together.
Yeah, they definitely do. But any thoughts on this scene? It comes back up again later, but yeah.
And maybe understand how, like, when we go back to last season, how Candiss was reacting. Like, it made me understand, like, why, or it made me understand how she acts in general. Like, okay, peep game. She did that because if we really realized Ty was being like a little anti-Candiss at when they went to Cabo or wherever they were at.
Yeah.
And I think Candiss started peeping it. Same situation here, where it's like,
I think Candiss is a little bit real for this whole group.
Yeah, she's like, peeping game. I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did last time by getting drunk and acting the way I did. This time she was a little bit more strategic about how she went about things.
Yeah, true.
But she's peep game both times. And I look at the little twinkle in her eye. She's smart.
She was like, wait.
She sat up in that bed like, hold on.
Right. She sat up in that bed like,
now. Yeah,
so what you do? So what you do? Because she was like, so what you do? And it was like, child, she was kind of, taking it back because her and Ty are really good friends, like really close friends. Did she meet Jalen because of them?
I feel like
I think so.
Okay. So yeah. But they were together first, I'm assuming, a little before, maybe. I don't know. They both been together like 4 years, right?
Yeah,
I think it probably happened around the same time. Like, I met this guy. He got a cousin. You should meet him.
Yeah, very much so. Okay. So later on, they are basically in this scene, and the first thing I put in my note says, Lord, Ty gonna see this scene and be mad. Rest in peace, Kaylin. That's what I said. So we get to the basketball scene, and the guys are playing basketball. The girls are in the bleachers or whatever. Bree brings up that Peteri has reached out twice in 7 days. She feels like that's not enough for somebody that claimed they wanted to be with her. And, at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm over Bree again. you know, she's so annoying. And then Becky speaks up and says it's like you self-sabotaging yourself. And you know, Bree says that she feels like the same advice that Becky is giving her, she gave to PJ. Like, in other words, like, why you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you not like pursuing this guy? You know what I'm saying? You sabotaging yourself. Bree feels like Becky was sabotaging herself with PJ. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I mean, clearly he did ghost her ass on the boat. Like, he literally played her and basically said he didn't want her on the boat. So I don't know how that's self-sabotaging, but I mean, in this moment, she is a little bit manipulative, like Ty called her, because I thought that was very manipulative on her part to throw that out there. And so in this moment, you know, Bridge is going back and forth, back and forth. They kind of ended because Becky was kind of going in. I guess they still have a little bit of tension from the earlier conversation. And then Ty is talking about her and Jay and the baby thing. Candiss sitting on the side like, who gonna tell her? Should I tell her? I don't know. She want to tell her, but it comes up later. And in the actual result of the game, the Wolves actually end up winning, not the Woods. So, any thoughts on this scene?
I'm glad the Wolves won.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was a main point of this conversation.
I'm just talking about Bree and her damn bullshit and Becky and all that.
I think Tylynn was right to say she's manipulative with her tears. So, I mean, it was coming from Tylynn, who everybody's iffy about. But back in New York, like, Tylynn was not wrong. But once again, Tylynn is not great at expressing herself where somebody's going to be able to receive it. Because Bree has cried her way through like everything.
It's a bit much. Like,
well, it's always been a bit much, but you know, like, I don't want to say what I want to say. So I'll just say, like, the type of person Bree is, the type of person Becky is, like, they're able to cry their way through situations, and then
pretty privilege is what we're saying.
Yeah, and then people feel bad for them, like, okay, I don't want the pretty girl to cry. However, you know, when Tylynn starts crying, it's like, oh my God, Tylynn, I can't stand it. But Bree and Tylynn have cried the same amount of times this entire time. But it's just when it's from Bree, it's like, oh, come on.
They both cry when they're confronted.
Yeah, and they're the same. So, like, no shade. Like, Tylynn uses her tears to try to weaponize people. It just doesn't work. When Bree uses her tears to weaponize the situation
and to get out of it and to leave.
It works. That's like it works. And so I think in this moment, because it's between Bree and Becky, the two pretty privileged girls, it's like, all right, now we can see like what one another is talking about or what other people are talking about when it comes to them.
Yeah.
And Bree is stupid because this motherfucker called you twice. You ain't call him back. You ain't answer. Like, all right, girl. Like,
you don't want him. It's just clear she don't want Peteri.
Yeah, you don't want him because nobody, no matter what you look like, it's 2022. It's a billion of yous. Like, bitch, you are a fucking dime a dozen. You are not special. You're just not. And you're not in Michigan anymore either, baby. You're just not.
I don't find she's a pretty girl, but I don't find her to be cute.
She's a dime a dozen. She is a dime a dozen.
Especially out there in LA, you turn your head every 5 minutes, you're going to see.
She's kind of like...
Everybody pretty out here until you get to, like, Crenshaw and 70th or something. Like, everybody look the fucking same. So, good luck. Your butters ain't that good either. That man was nice enough to buy you a little butter by Brie for his sister. You know, like, it's a done. Like,
she's a fool for that. She's a fool.
Stupid. And it's
she fussed about him not communicating. Now he's trying and you don't want it. Just say you don't want him so you can move on.
Did you answer? Did you call back? You want this nigga to be on your dick?
Whatever happens to her, the next heartbreak and stuff like that, baby, it's gonna be, I ain't gonna say deserved.
Well,
it's gonna be owed to her because she is playing like this is people who are watching this show. This is the wrong type of way to go about anything in a relationship, because what's gonna happen, she probably not gonna look at it back on this and be like, oh my God, I messed up. But like this was probably her one, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, at least to explore. But child, because I mean she was so quick to explore the other light skinned guy last year. Jordan. She was so quick to jump on that, but it's like Peteri put in the effort, got things going for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like actually showing interest. We don't know how real the interest is, but it looks like he's interested. He ain't publicly dissing on TV, so why not give him the chance? It was kind of
He brought his
whole fine crew.
financially well
team.
Pretty much
off
all trying.
friends, and he didn't bring 2. He brought 17 of them Negroes. Like he was in it.
I agree. All right. So we get to the last scene of the episode. And it's the after party after this, you know what I'm saying? After the basketball game, it's the finale event. Miami brings a new date. Marcus is not feeling it. He actually is pressing all up against them at the bar and making himself look so stupid. I guess he butt hurt. Maybe he felt like he had a chance with Miami. I don't understand why he pressed Miami and didn't press the other girls. He tried to talk in the group, everybody, because they all end up getting somebody else. I mean, Bree was one of them. He wasn't pressing Peteri.
Miami was his last shot. That was the last one.
It probably was. But she brought a new boo, and his feelings was hurt, and they was over there screaming like she was screaming about money. He said, Google me, and the girls went up, child. I was like, Google you. I don't even give a damn. I hate folks say Google me. It's like, okay, I'm everybody on at this point. I feel like we all on Google because we do this. So baby, what else going on?
Me, you come up on YouTube at this point? Is the question
right? So all of that happens, and Peteri ends up surprising Bree with the flowers, and she just goes into tears and whatever. But she ain't really happy. Before she even said it, I could tell she wasn't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have the reaction of it, and so she's like crying and like, why are you here? Like, what? It's a surprise. How come you didn't tell me? You can't. It's a surprise. I'm like, bitch, it's a surprise. Like, what the hell? I get some people don't like surprises, but nonetheless, she goes over and she talks to Ty and Amanda. And Ty and Amanda were supportive at first. They said, they was like, this is good. This is effort. And then 3 minutes later, it was, this is performative. We need more. And I'm like, wait a minute. Are y'all, was it good? I don't get it, but they basically feed into what she was feeling anyway, and they make it worse to the point to where once she goes back and talks to him, she basically ends it all, and he ends up leaving like upset. I was so mad for him because I felt like she just played with it. She was just like, I don't even know what these tickets are. Like, I didn't get a date. Like, I don't even know what day. How you know I'm free? It was too many excuses, too many reasons why. Just say you don't want the man. But give me your thoughts on this part.
I thought it's clear she don't want Peteri. I had an issue with the conversation with Amanda and Ty. More so with Amanda having no spine. She came in and when they first started talking about it, Amanda was like, he's showing effort that's good. And then Ty was like, well, it's just to me, I'm not going to say it. And then she went on to say, well, it's performative. And all of a sudden now Amanda was like, yeah.
She didn't even know. Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off. Bree didn't even know what performative meant.
Yeah.
She said, what was that word you said?
Yeah. Yeah, but all of a sudden Amanda's tone changed. Now his efforts not noticeable.
We know how Amanda get down. We know Amanda.
I was like, this is so weird. You finna sit here and let these girls talk you out of this man, but thinking now she does not want Peteri. So whatever he would have done would have been too much for her because she don't want it. So I mean, those two just gave her reasons to actually voice it and not look like the bad girl in the situation.
Do you feel like they did the same thing, sorta, as what Kaylin did?
Hell yeah, they did it. To me, it was worse because they were very clear on don't. It's not good. KT was more so saying if you're not feeling it, don't make her pressure you. But they were telling Bree like, no, girl, you need more.
My thing is, I just don't like it. They didn't give that advice. They didn't give her no advice last year. She was talking to last year light skin. Nobody told her not to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? I know he was in the group, but it's like I didn't like that, and I related it to what Caitlin did. It's like if you were y'all two of my close friends, and Asia, your man came surprised you came down. You're not gonna hear me say anything negative. I'm gonna say, oh, I'm gonna be happy for you, and I'm gonna say, you figure it out or whatever. I'm here to support. That is not the way of support. And that's why I don't feel bad for Ty. What happens to her next? Go ahead.
And also, when they were at the game on the bleachers, weren't they all telling her he's trying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like a.
And then he shows up. He didn't spend money to come see you. Bought you tickets for y'all to see each other. Came with Rose.
It was
that was performative.
Didn't PJ say that he had been talking to Peteri?
Yeah.
So that means that he knew that was happening. He kind of
he set it up.
He set it up.
Not PJ. Gerald.
I'm
Gerald.
sorry, Gerald, not PJ. Gerald. Right, Gerald. So
and that's when I was like, okay, I ease up on Gerald. Like, okay, he's a nice guy. He just was when he was in his shit talking, being a Jordan ass. Like, this is how that went awry. I think I'm very disappointed in Bree because this is your time to get the nigga you want. Clearly, the dick is good because you're smitten from ear to ear. Like when you see him, like it's time to explore. And at some point in time, like you got to get away from the niggas that treat you wrong and you just adore them and get with the winning team. And it's like this is your opportunity to get to the winning team. I just thought I am so mad at her.
Yes.
Because she's stupid.
I hated that. I was like, that's so. And I remember saying a couple of episodes ago that Bree does not deserve him in the sense of like, oh my God, I was kind of like happy, like dang, like I was saying it and saying like Bree is like, because I would want him, but I stand by that and saying Bree does not deserve like
He
he's gonna buy something so much better, so much more beats and bad, and somebody that got that's not as. Like I feel like
you remember what I said? Said Bree is the type of bitch that he would want though.
I don't think so.
Yes. You know why? Because Bree is weak as hell. And somebody who is as like mild mannered as him, got money like him, has everything going for himself. And everybody's throwing the panties at Peteri. Like Pateri's Instagram just went poop. Kyle's Instagram went poop. So yeah, like. But the type of woman that he would want is somebody who's like a little bit submissive. Like, I want to do this and I just want to like live my life. Like, that's the type of girl that men like that want. Not because they can control them, but they can more so control the situation. At the end of the day, Peteri, sorry, you just gonna have to go get you a bad bitch. You just really gonna
somebody that's actually bad because to me,
you're gonna have to get with a bad bitch and you're gonna have to be challenged. Shit is just not gonna be easy with you because you see what the easy bitches do. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, no, there are other easy bitches that would fall for it. She's just not the easy one.
But he's not gonna want those other easy.
No. What I'm saying is like to me, honestly, the girl is pretty basic to me. She's very like Giselle.
She is.
She's like Giselle, just a pretty girl, but that's it.
Like, if she's not, Giselle gives me more than Bree does. Like Giselle at least
older
is, but Giselle is fine. She got a turkey neck, but she's fine as hell at the end of the day. Bree is actually
remind me of a little duck, like a duck.
Giselle is not basic by any means. Don't necessarily like the lady that much, but she's not basic looking by any means. She's fucking gorgeous. Bree is not fucking gorgeous. Bree is there.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I ain't meant to call it Giselle.
Bree just exists.
PJ and Becky kissing. I couldn't believe it. I said, Becky, you are. I could not. I'm sorry. I really felt like Becky had kind of leveled up a little bit, but girl, whatever tweets and texts that you get between this season and next season, I don't want to hear shit about it next year. Okay, because you deserve it.
The moment she let him pull her to the side out there in Mexico, I said,
yep, exactly.
No, but the conversation in Mexico, she did not give that.
No, she was literally there giving like, oh my God, I'm so
she was,
glad.
and the fact that he was willing to pull up to the side and talk to her, oh my God, that was all she did.
All that. He's not even like what he must got a sloan. It may be a sloan. Maybe it's slow.
Probably. It's probably nice, girthy, and slow. Like, just like him. Like,
just like him.
And she look like she probably can't take too much anyway. So, yeah, there you go. Right there.
Okay.
Perfect. I got a question. How do y'all feel about Bree, or Becky ignoring Bree in, her moment?
I was not mad at that.
I wasn't upset at it either.
Neither was I.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's what draining.
It gets to be draining to support somebody that's not supporting you. Like, I was like, wow, like she said, she said because, we're not in a good place right now. But it's just like, girl, like, she already clearly feels like, she wasn't there for her last year. So, honestly, it was a little tit for tat. And in this moment, Bree had plenty of folks over there. She was good. She been talking to Peteri. She has never once really talked to Becky about Peteri. We ain't seen no scenes with her confiding into her about Peteri at all. So personally, I didn't see an issue with it.
And that's what Bree wanted. She wanted that cry and everybody run to her rescue. No, baby.
And right, and they did it. She had Amanda
In Thailand, yeah.
Bulldog Tower over there, so that's fine. They was good. Now, how y'all feel about this last part before we lead out, which is Candiss pulling Ty to the side, telling her that Kaylin is kind of basically that she was about to be proposed to, but not anymore because Kaylin might have had something to do with it. And that he has been projecting their issues onto their relationship. And she tells it all, child. So at that point, she calls over Kaylin. I'm like, oh God, oh here she goes. She ain't learned shit. And when she calls him over, it goes into you are not a part of our relationship. It goes into a KTN versus Ty. Thing because Kaylin is basically saying like I didn't have anything to do with that. Like he's a grown man. I'm not here for marriage and blah blah blah. Jay walks up and instead of Jay walking up to kind of like whatever, he kind of charges at Ty. And basically it's saying like how he feels like there's so much pressure from Ty for the ring. That's why he did it. He said that it wasn't Kayla's decision. It was my decision. And you pressured me to marry you, period. So on that last part, Ty, she is like, I hate you, Kaylin. I hate you, Jalen. Fuck y'all. She storms off. And that's how the season ends. But in this moment, how y'all feel about Candiss delivering? Because when KTN came over there, Candiss was like, yeah, you said it. Yeah, you said it. And I'm just like, this your whole boyfriend, though. I'm confused. Like, I get it, but
ulterior motives.
it was weird. I think she was definitely using that to get everything back at Kaylin. She wanted to make sure he was on the whole, because at the end of when the show is going off, you see a scene with him telling her like, why would you tell her that? And I'm just like, I ain't mad at it, but damn, Candice, girl, just break up with him then. Somebody else can get him. I'm just saying.
She ain't let him go.
Candice had no business. I don't feel like she had any right going back and telling Tylynn that. She did that for her because she was pissed off with KT. That was a shot at him without actually directly taking it at him. Best friends are not. If your boyfriend, y'all were pillow talking, she was not supposed to take that back to Tylynn. That was wrong on her part to me. And I found it very interesting that Kaylin and Tylynn were going at it. And Jay didn't have that same issue he had when it was about PJ. He was watching from a distance, and then when he did, like you said, when he came over there, he kind of jumped in on K10's side. But before he even realized what they were really arguing about, I don't think it was his decision to not propose. He really let that man get into his head, or he really didn't want to do it in the first place, and that just kind of made him say, you know what, I'm not going to do it.
One thing, real quick, I forgot to mention, can we acknowledge that Robb was the only one in that conversation earlier that was not on the opposing side? He was the only one that was like, I'm all about marriage. Like all the guys were saying, marriage is, and he was the only one that stood his ground and having his own voice. Like I really love Robb. I
really love Robb too. But yeah, I don't think she should have told. I was not surprised at Ty's reaction at all. Everything that she was building towards being better, she said, fuck that in that moment.
She was trying.
But in that moment, she didn't waste no time. As soon as Kaylin
you are not a part of this relationship.
Yeah, she went straight onto the gas. But I'm not mad at her for her reaction. Only thing I didn't like was Candice going back and telling her. I don't think Candice should have done that.
Candice, it's like Candice on the second side, like,
because she wanted K10 to, you're gonna get this.
He was like, get him, girl. Yep. I can't get him because he's gonna say I got a problem. So get him.
But girl. You can do it.
Asia.
Okay, so
at
the end of the day, I'm gonna talk about more so like Candice and Tylynn right now. Like when you my bitch, you my bitch. And if you the type of bitch when I tell you what's really going on with your nigga and you get mad at me, great, because that means you're not my bitch. So I always risk it in situations like that and tell my homegirl what's actually going on, because I just don't want you out here looking stupid. Like, that's me. So people are like, no, I'll tell my friends nothing because they gonna just get into it. Get into it with me, because that just means you a dumb bitch. And then that means I don't need to be around you. So I'm not mad at Candice for doing what she did, because I would have done it. And I have lost friends over it. but y'all wasn't my friends in the first place. So I don't give a fuck if that's the case. If you really mad at me for telling you how your nigga moving. However, Candiss wanted chaos to consume, and it happened, and I was also here for it because like these niggas are dumb. In my mind, I'm like, yo, we some cute bitches. Well, when you get some better wigs, Tylynn, we really gonna be some cute bitches. Like, let's go get some new niggas. We on TV now and everything. Like, really, like level up. So I am here for it. They both, as like Instagram says, they both still with these niggas. So it can work.
Yeah.
Let me I'm sorry, go ahead.
But no, I wasn't mad at it. And that is one of the few times that I was okay with how Tylynn reacted because it was very warranted.
Yeah.
It was very warranted. Like, what the fuck? Like, and leave because that shit is toxic. I think Tylynn would be a lot more effective going forward when she just leaves these situations instead of like really blowing up. And I was glad she said, fuck you, Kaylin, fuck you, Jalen, fuck you, stupid.
I hate y'all.
Yeah, I hate you, Kayla. I hate you, Jalen.
Like, y'all some whack ass niggas and y'all named after each other. Like, fuck y'all. Like, I'm so mad. Like, oh, y'all ugly asses. Like, y'all niggas short anyway. Like, I would have just went the fuck off. Like, if she never went the fuck off on anybody before, like Robb ain't deserved that. Gerald kind of, but not even really. These niggas, they deserve everything she said. She could have went in more.
But you know what? And what I don't, it's like they went to the little counseling session, and Jalen didn't take into consideration that she mentioned to him that she feel like she has abandonment issues. So now you have my homegirl telling me that you don't feel like I'm worthy enough, and you were gonna do it. But now you're not gonna do it because your friend told you.
That is the issue for me. I don't see. There's one part of me that's like I don't see an issue with Candiss telling her that is her best. That's her best friend, right? They're best friends. However, where it crossed the line for me was that it was the fact that this girl now knows that he was about to propose. So it's like imagine how they felt like Kenya ruined Cynthia's proposal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Candiss, it was deeper than just, oh, my man may have had it messes up. It was more so now this girl, you know what I'm saying? I guess not every woman, but most people don't want to be married. Just imagine being told, I was going to propose to you, but I ain't do that. Like, that's a big thing. And I feel
not with them.
But it is.
I think for Tylynn, she really
wants married. And I think she was so hurt, you know what I'm saying, by the fact that, you know, one, it was going to happen, but it's not happening. Two, his cousin fucked it up. Three, when my man come over here, he popping off on me, telling me that I'm pressuring him. It was a lot. So
she ain't been pressuring him either.
She ain't.
That's my thing.
I don't even know where he getting that from. Like, unless we not seeing something, she's not saying anything about marriage at all.
It feels like pressure because he's trying to pressure her to have a baby, and every time she says no, we're not married. So that's why he's projecting.
He was assuming that the reason why she don't want to have a baby right now is because of marriage. She's assuming that, and so that's why he had. It's all in his head, child. But honestly, it must suck to have a moment where you find out you're about to get proposed to, and then somebody say, "Nah, I don't want to do it to this person." That must hurt, I'm sure. Like,
but she needs to know that shit because she needs to be able to move accordingly in her life. And
she ain't going nowhere.
Of course not, but she needs to know that this is how this nigga moving. She was gonna find out eventually. She was gonna find out with us, or she found out then. Like, either way, she was gonna find out. I'd rather be hurt before everybody else know I got hurt. Like that. Period.
I just felt like Candiss. It was Candiss' hope. If I'm not getting it, bitch, you not getting it either. And I'm gonna tell you that you're not getting it.
Can I tell y'all?
She wanted to be. She wanted.
That's
That's the same way she was.
That's a good point because they have been sharing it. They have been sharing each other's stuff, so it kind of did give that a little bit. I don't know. That's a good point.
But I get that. I feel like It could be that. It could be that like. Jalen like, oh, she would have married me, so I'm gonna go ahead and marry her. Like, and she's like, nah, I want marriage. I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
Like, dudes will. I had a dude when I was in Chicago. I had a dude who used to be like, I used to look at baby like, oh, the baby's cute. I ain't trying to have you trying to have kids. I just said somebody baby was cute. I don't want to have a baby with you. Oh, that's a nice ring. Oh, you talking about? I said they got a nice ring. Nigga, I don't want to marry you. And I remember like him putting that pressure on me, thinking that I wanted it for me. I'm like, I don't want that. So I feel like that's how Tylynn is. Like, no, you are thinking these things, and my reactions to things are putting you in a bad place. But these are all your insecurities. I got my own insecurities, my wigs and shit. Like, this is yours.
Okay. Well, I guess we've expressed how we feel on that, and like I said, she storms off, and that ends the damn episode. And I was like, damn, I just wanted a little more. They had to end it right there. Like, what happened when she got in the car? Like, what happened? But that's like that concludes the entire season. And one thing we do see at the end of it all is Gerald proposes to Cheryl, and I was like, it's been 20 years, about damn time.
I found that to be hilarious. They've been fucking with Cheryl and upset with Cheryl, and at the end of the season, she get everything that they've been.
No, have they been upset with Cheryl?
Well,
they have been kind of.
They've been distant.
To be honest with you, Cheryl has been more of an outsider than Miami in this season. She kind of
she was an outsider last season too, and they were trying to bring her in.
But she really became one when Olga got into it with Mr. Sociopath last season. So. And because Ty is like the leader of the termites, so they hang with her. But they when they had their sit downs, Cheryl ain't never there.
Yeah, that's part of the group. Tylynn, and it was Tylynn who was trying to bring her into the group. So for her to be anti-Ty, it's like, all right, well.
I know one thing: the man didn't like Gerald for real this season. They really gonna hate him if they get a season 3 because now you done proposed to this girl that these bitches really.
They gonna be jealous.
Yeah.
What I thought was gonna happen is they like Gerald and Cheryl thought that they were gonna make a bigger like scene out of.
What if they would have proposed at that event?
So I think they filmed after that event and they filmed that proposal, and that's what they thought was gonna be the ending event, but it wasn't. They just showed it in the end credits.
But I'm saying if he had proposed after all that chaos between Candiss, Kaylin, Jalen, and Ty. That would have been. I would have said,
and maybe that's why they.
That would have been the ultimate slap in Ty's face for Mr. Sociopath. Call me Mr. and Mrs. Sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
That would,
and I would have not been mad at it, and I would have laughed.
That would have been dumb and sick.
Non-team Gerald.
I would have said, baby, bring on season 3 right now.
Like they definitely. I feel like they're insecuring us like they did with Insecure. Like they're not going to give us more episodes.
They better fucking give us episodes and be
we can do 13, just give us 3 more.
I feel like give us at least 2 more. I want 12. I could do 12 episodes in one reunion. Like one episode reunion, and I would be okay.
We gotta hope they come back here.
They'll be back, y'all. I really enjoyed this. I'm sorry, I'm this thing. I really enjoyed this show, this season. This season to me was a lot better than season 1. Mm-hmm. I feel like they understand the assignment. It's still reality TV. It seems real. I don't feel like the scenes are. I mean, I'm sure they are produced, but they don't feel produced as set up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I miss about reality TV. And it's black people and it's young black people. So it's a different, POV from like Housewives and other shit on TV. So
all them old people. It's just like not a bunch of old people.
They're our age now.
So well, they're a little younger than us. We the elders now. We the elders, Sammy.
Yeah.
4 to 5 years younger than us is not that big of a gap. But
no, we the elders. We the elders. Just
they're like 7, 8 years younger. They were 24, 25.
She was 25. That's 8 years younger than me. Right, that's baby. They young.
It explains why they act so goddamn stupid.
Yeah, that's why I say all the time. I mean, they are younger, so I give them a little grace, but they still.
I didn't act that dumb. Maybe I did. I'm just glad I wasn't no camera following.
Yeah, you see, it's always people. There's always people like Asia when they get married. They be like, "Oh, shit, I ain't do that. I want."
Oh, baby, I acted a goddamn fool. I'm just glad there was no camera.
Oh yeah, I know, Asia. Don't forget we was slight roommates in college, so I know.
And let me tell you, Cortez, you was one extra roommate of 4. So yeah,
it's crazy. I just be like, child, I'm like, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. All right, y'all. Well, on that note, we'll go ahead and lay down. Thank y'all for watching these recaps. We got together. It's been myself, Asia, Sammy, Chase is here early. He had to go to work, and Chad was here as well. He couldn't make it today, but it's been a really good series of recaps The show amazing. So shout out to HBO Max and Issa Rae for providing good content. Sammy and Asia, y'all have any final thoughts before we lean out permanently on this show? Because we may not be getting to season 3, which means that y'all may not be seeing us for season 3 because they ain't giving it to us. So any last thoughts? No?
It was a really good season. Hopefully they come back, and hopefully if they do come back, they rewatch this season and they come back with a little bit more sense, especially Bree.
Yeah. Bree is back to where she was for me. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
Miami. So I don't like anybody. I know everybody click down.
Just Rob.
I like Robb, but I still feel like Robb got some little growing up to do on the career side. But as a person,
Oh hell yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on now. I hope he's doing a little more than being down at the Comedy Club and Comedy Central. Because I'm sure that's not paying the bills. I'm sure Amanda's tired of paying the bills. So
he can at least teach part-time or something, like substitute.
Maybe everything online anyway. When he had to do nothing.
Yeah.
If you don't upload your lesson plan
and going on and do that comedy show.
I'm
excited about next season. And are they gonna have a group chat again this season like they did last?
If they do, we'll be here for it. But if not, I guess not. I don't know. And they usually announce the group chat like a week or two later. So we'll find out within the next week or so. Yeah. They might, they need to. It would be a good. And Robb are too busy to be there.
We need to know what you was doing.
We need to know what
it's a good season. It was a good season, and they can do more next season. And I'm happy about that. And it's a really good season because I don't like nobody. Like that's how you know it's a good season for me, because I'm team no motherfucking body.
Especially Becky. She don't like her.
I actually liked her at the end.
At the end, you like that kissing PJ? Wow.
No, I didn't like that. I just liked her throwing some fucking balls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Getting up to her friend.
That's true. Okay. Well, on that note, we're gonna lean out. Like this video. Be sure to watch all of our other videos. We did episodes 1 through 8 before this. They are posted. And we'll see y'all next time for this show. If not, you can catch us weekly for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Potomac, and Beverly Hills, all them other shows, and other shows. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all next time, okay? Have a good
afternoon. Bye.
Bye.